Okay.
All right, guys, we're back on here. It's Anthony from AB Fitness Center. Today I have on here Miss Patty. Patty, how are you today? Patty has been with us for about 3 months now at this point, and she's accomplished so much. So I'm so excited to have her on here today. So I want you guys to imagine this. 1 year ago, you're getting out of surgery on your knee. Then meniscus is done. It's completely done. ACL replacement. You got to fix both. Now you're out of surgery, you're just miserable with everything, and everything hurts. And you're like, I'm never going to get back to where I was. Patty was in those shoes. But here we are, exactly almost 1 year to the date. Patty is down 12 pounds. She's been with us for 3 months, but she's down 12 pounds, logged in on myfitnesspal for 89 days in a row. That deserves a round of applause. And she recently accomplished, we did something called Squat Vember, which basically was, we did squats every day. And it was around 71 squats that everyone had to do every time they came in the gym, 71 reps of squats every single time. And you would think someone with a meniscus tear would be like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do this. Patty loved the program. So with a round of applause, let's welcome on Patty. So Patty, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So
it's good to be here.
Yes, very excited to have you on here. So let's kind of rewind time and let's, I mean, I know I gave your story really quick, but let's let everyone hear a little bit more about your story and kind of what was going on. How'd you do that to your leg?
So I was walking down the stairs for dinner and I fell down 2 steps. And you would think, like, I don't even know what happened, but in those 2 steps, I tore my ACL and meniscus. And they found some other medical issues as well, like going through a process of getting this all fixed up. So I have never been in so much pain. And honestly, I've had like some serious medical issues in the past. This is worse than all of those put together. So I'm not a person who likes to stay still. I'm a teacher. I like to, move around and see the kids and walk around the classroom, but I couldn't do any of those things. And you start to feel a little bit down on yourself, and a little bit, I don't know, not really a pity party, but just like frustrated that you can't do what you normally do. And for sure, I definitely couldn't even walk up and down the stairs, never mind thinking that I was going to participate in the squats competition for November. So it's exciting to me.
So wait, so you said you fell down 2 steps. That's crazy to have that much happen in just 2 steps. It just goes to show you how, like, you got to take care of your body, because if you don't, little things like that, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, it wasn't eventful at all. It's like a Monday night walking down the stairs to eat dinner, no dog by me, nothing. I don't know what happened.
So I have a quick question for you. So do you think if you were working out like you are now before this happened, do you think you would have had as much damage if you still fell down those 2 steps? I mean, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but based on how you're feeling now and how much more stronger you are now.
So I was always athletic. When I was like in high school, I played sports. I ran track. I played softball. So I know that my knees were not great from all that. And as you get older, you'll feel it. Hopefully you won't see that, but you will. And, it just makes it more difficult to kind of snap back from it every kind of 10 years that goes by. You're like, oh God, if I would have felt like this when I was 20, I'd be fine. But, being I'm a little older, it was a little worse. And I think that, I definitely had my workout moments in my past and going to the gym, and then I kind of get off of doing that. And so I'm not going to do that anymore, because I feel like now I have to salvage everything while I'm still young and be able to, grow old, walk, skip around, dance, all those things.
Yep, it gets even more important as we get older for everything that you said. It's really, really true. I'm actually reading this good book now about aging, and when we get older, how it's even more important now to take care of your body, because we're not living till 60 anymore. We're living till 100 now. So you have to be able to live with quality. And if you stop doing it, you lose it. That saying, use it or lose it, is so true.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
So let's kind of rewind time. So 9 months ago now, at this point, you're 9 months post-op, and you're like, I got to do something about all this. How'd you find us? Give us like a little bit background story of what made you decide to get personal training after a severe injury like that.
Yeah, it was so random that it was just like random. So I live in Seaford, which is where I go, and I was going to physical therapy, and I was going like 3-4 times a week. It was tough, but I was like, all right, I feel okay. I'm getting better. It's slow. And then physical therapy was kind of coming to an end, and they were like, oh, you could come like once a week. And I was like, yeah, I feel like I need to do something a little bit more. So I was considering I was going to join, one of the other gyms, the local things in Seaford. And then I was like, I don't want to hurt myself. Like, I didn't know. I'm new at this knee injury thing. So I think I was on Facebook, and it just popped up, and I don't know if maybe somewhere somebody heard us talking and then it came up on Facebook, but
Big Brother's always listening.
Yeah. I said to my husband, I'm looking for something like a program. I didn't know what I was looking for. So I called, and you guys had been open for a couple of days, I think, before COVID, and then COVID shut down. Then this was just, in September of this year. And I was like, I need something for me. It's for me to get better, to be able to do what I used to do. I love to bike ride. I used to rollerblade. I don't know if I'll do that anymore. But, I just wanted to get back mentally and physically to being confident when I walk, to being, sure that I can get up the steps and down the steps. So, when I saw that, I was like, oh, let me check it out. I drove by. I was like, I never even noticed that before. And then I was like, all right, let me call. So then I came in. I spoke to you probably first.
Mm-hmm.
And I came in, and I was like, this is it. This is it. When you walk in the door and you're like, oh, yeah, this is what I wanted. So nice and small, listening to me, if they were always checking, is this okay? Does this hurt? Do you want to try something, a little bit different? And I would say yes, but more times now I try to say, let me just try the one you said, and then I'll go to a lighter weight, a different movement, something like that, if I need to. But I feel the confidence coming back, like, I can do this. I can lift this weight, not even just about my knee now, but even, sometimes I'm doing those, like the barbell, and I'm like, this is like 65 pounds. Lift 65 pounds in a long time. So, it just brings back like the confidence, and it makes you motivated. It makes me motivated, and it makes me, want to go back to the gym. And then it makes me want to take care of myself in other ways, like eating healthy and making sure I get some steps in during the day at work, and drinking water, and, all those different things that add up to, all of a sudden there's 12 pounds gone. And I wasn't really going for that necessarily. But it's a great side bonus. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's a good side effect.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, like we said, getting out of an injury like that and just trying to come back, and now you're, like you said, you're lifting 65 pounds. It's really, really an amazing thing. Just it goes to show like how important it is to just keep moving. As you keep moving, and everything gets better. And like you said, you slowly start to build up that confidence so you can do more and more and more. And I know 65 pounds sounds like a lot, but another 3 months from now, it's not going to be a lot for you anymore.
Oh,
So you have to think about that. So one of the main reasons why I wanted to get you on here too is, aside from your story and how much weight you lost, which we'll touch on the nutrition in a minute, But I want to talk about Squatvember. So we did this challenge in September where we called it Squatvember. I'm sorry, November. And basically it was like we said, 71 squats every day with the barbell and just trying to get as much reps as you can. And, you know, we had the whole program laid out. And we had people with no injuries dropping like flies from it. It was like brutal. And then here's Patty, you know, knee issues, like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to crush this. So you did very, very well considering. And you had told me something in the gym and I was like mind blown. I was like, this is why we did this, for reasons like this. So talk to us. So now you have this huge knee pain, new knee issue. People are hearing squats and they're like, oh my God, squats. How could you squat with a knee issue like that? So what did Squatvember, and I guess just training with a barbell essentially, what did it do for your knee? Let's hear it.
Well, so when you first announced that for November, I was like, oh, I guess I won't go to the gym for all of November because I was like, there's no way I could do squats. I was in a lot of pain. My knee was very tight. I had just come back to work in September because I was out all last year. So my school is very big. I have a lot of walking to do. It was painful every day. Getting in and out of the car is painful, whatever. And then Squatvember comes up and I was like, all right, let's see what happens. So when I first went, I think I was like very hesitant. But the trainers are so great. And so they would say, all right, normally we would hold the barbell for this, but you're going to do like your hands, you know, up by your chest and just bend down. You can hold on to something. You could sit on the bench. So it was a process of working into it. And honestly, at the end of November, I was like, my knee is actually better because I feel like I've just been using it and moving it and not over testing it, but testing it, do it. If I couldn't do 10 of the ones they wanted, I did 5. And then I did something else that was similar. So that really gave me a lot of confidence. After that month, I was like, I am a champion.
Yeah, exactly. And most people forget that, you know, squats are a basic movement that we do all the time. You know, we get up and down off the toilet, we get up and down off chairs. I mean, you're doing squats when you do those movements. So when you actually load the squat, you're actually going to strengthen up all those muscles around the knee that will strengthen up the knee and help. Remember, the stronger our muscles are, the less brunt our joints, tendons, and ligaments are going to actually take. So most people forget that. So what happens is over time without weight training, what starts to happen is we lose muscle. And not only do we start to look bad, right? We gain weight and whatever, like, well, that happens. But aside from that is our joints, tendons, and ligaments start taking the brunt of everything. So this is why, you know, you have pains everywhere. It hurts to get up and down off the floor when that never happened. It's because you're losing muscle. So now you've gained a significant amount of muscle while losing body fat, which is amazing. But now you're also strengthening up all those muscles around that knee. So now you're able to increase that range of motion. You're able to do more. That's why you felt so much better. So it just goes to show it's like the opposite of what somebody would normally think. It's like, no, my knee's bad. I can never squat. It's like, no, you need to squat more, if anything.
Yeah, that was me. And I definitely did not think I would enjoy it as much as I did, because I would leave and be like, wow, my knee feels better. That's so cool, you know? And then I did not as much, you know, not as much at home, but I did a few. I did some at school and I was like, this is getting better, you know, progressively through November. So I'm sold. I like the squat.
And what about like at home? Like, how have you been moving at home? Like the knee at home? Like, so you've been coming to us, you've been weight training, squats, deadlifts, you know, all the big movements that people get afraid to do. How have you been feeling now 3 months later? How have you been feeling?
Good. And at home, we have a dog. So I wasn't able to walk the dog forever. And I enjoyed that. So I've been making time pretty much every day to do that, at least a half hour, maybe 45 minutes if it's at night, quickly in the morning. And I also have a recumbent bike, which was part of my physical therapy. And I really like it. It's very, you know, small, it's quiet. I could just like do other things while I'm on it. So I use that too. But, you know, it still is exercise to me to go up and down the stairs. And I have a basement and I have an upstairs. and I have to do that multiple times a day. So I feel like it's getting better to go up and down the stairs. That's my biggest challenge, I think, is to not be in pain when I do that.
And we're going to get you there. Like I said, this is very early on in your journey. You know, you're 90 days in essentially. So you're just a beginner in all this, and it's good. You've been seeing a lot of progress so far, so fast. So let's talk about that side effect that we mentioned earlier that, you know, most people were like, wait a minute, let's go back a second. She lost 12 pounds and wasn't even trying to lose weight. So let's talk about the nutrition aspect. So how did you lose 12 pounds without even trying?
You know what? Honestly, I mean, I use myfitnesspal and I put everything I eat in every day. So today I had like some vitamin B gummies. I scanned the side of the thing. I put how many I had. It had it in there and told me, oh, that's like 45 calories. I was like, cool. All right. So I really just keep track of every single thing I eat. You know, it was, you could lose track. You know, especially my days are long. Sometimes I'm here at 6:30. Sometimes I teach night school. I get out of here at about 7:15. So it's like a blur. Did I eat? Did I drink? Did I eat snacks all day? I don't even know. So once I started holding myself accountable and noting it in myfitnesspal, it really made me see, you know, what I'm eating. I need more protein. I need more of whatever. And it's just keeps me organized. And that's what I love. It's very organized. It's very routine. It just becomes a habit and you just do it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, I don't have enough calories to, you know, eat something that I might have eaten without thinking about it. So now at least I think about it, which is good.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Patty. So you basically took what we gave you and told you to do nutrition wise, and you've been running with it. And this is perfect and like picture perfect for what we tell everybody all the time. We need to build habits. You need to be accountable for what you're eating. And that's why logging everything, you know, I'm very, very proud of the fact that you logged in for 89 days at this point, because that right there will become a habit going forward. And they've done so many studies that show that people who keep track of their calories and what they're eating tend to always be leaner, have more muscle, and end up losing more weight because now they're actively seeing what's going on. And the fact that you're putting everything in there, huge round of applause for you. So amazing. And most people are like, she lost 12 pounds. That's nothing. Because we hear all this stuff online and, you know, on magazines and TV, like lose 30 pounds overnight. But people forget that that's not real weight. Guys, real world scenario right here. Patty is 51 years old. Well, she's 21 years old, but so she,
30.
Yeah, in the past 3 months, she has gained muscle. She's gotten stronger. Her body fat has changed. And she's also lost 12 pounds of fat. That's 1 pound of pure body fat a week. That is amazing, amazing progress. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I can't lose weight, trust me, take a page right out of Patty's book. She said it. What she does is put everything in myfitnesspal, and she's aware of what she has. She just can't go over the guidelines that we set. So that's amazing. That's amazing. So like I said, huge round of applause for you, because this is going to be a big habit going forward for you. I'm very, very proud of you for that. One of the other things that I wanted to talk to you about, we have a lot of teachers that come to us, and we have the teachers who are like you, very regimented, very like, okay, I can do this. And they make the highlight everything and they check everything off and they teacherize everything, right? And then we have the other teachers who are like, no, you don't understand. My schedule is crazy. I can't do this. So what do you have to say to those teachers? What advice would you give those teachers who really, really struggle with this? And how can they get better and have the success that you're having?
What I think is that any teacher, especially like what we've been through, everybody's been through with the pandemic and teaching from home and all the craziness, now catching up with the kids. Everybody's schedule is really crazy and everybody's overwhelmed and tired. I mean, honestly, it's been a hard 2 years in this career and many others as well. So I almost started to look at the nights that I go to the gym as like a little mini break for me, just for me. I'm going to the gym for a half an hour and I'm just going to do something that's really good for me, because all day long you are doing for others, whether it's, your work you have to do at school, working with the kids, whatever, it's your job. But this is time for me. And I do have a very crazy schedule. I didn't always do night school, but this year I am. And it's crazy. I'm here for like 13, 14 hours some days. And I feel like I live here. But you can carve out the time for yourself. It's good that there's Saturdays. It's good that there's really early mornings. I can't take advantage of that, but maybe some people who, start later could. And I just think if you just say, I'm just going to do it 2 days for myself, whether you have kids, you have a family, you have a house, all those things, 2 half-hour sessions for me was like therapy also. It was like, okay, I really just did something for myself, for my health, for my benefit, for my recovery, for all those things. And I think that we don't, as people and teachers especially, we don't give ourselves that time, that space. We're taking papers home to grade, and we're taking our work home because we didn't get to do it at work because we did other work at work. And I don't know that that's the best for our bodies. I felt like I did do that, and my health kind of wasn't as good as it should have been. I should have been, making time to walk and go to the gym, and a little bit more selfish with my time, just a half an hour a day. It's not that much. And you can definitely do it. If I could do it, anybody can do it, because I really do have a very, long schedule. And I'd say just try it. Definitely try it. See if you can prioritize it. See if you can work it in. Definitely the food thing is manageable while working.
That was my next question actually for you. So what about nutrition wise? What is your biggest tip for someone nutrition wise who's a teacher, or maybe just has a busy schedule?
So you got to get one of these big giant water bottles. And you could all after the kids leave, so then you could go to the bathroom as much as you want.
We get that a lot. That question we get a lot. I can't drink anything because the kids.
It's tough. I really drink the majority of the water in the afternoon when I am a little bit more free. I start off with 2 giant glasses in the morning before I even leave, and then I'm drinking throughout the day. But, the bulk of it is after, when I have a little more freedom. It's an issue. It's a thing.
What about food wise? Do you bring your food from home? Like, what's your strategies nutrition wise?
I do. I bring my food from home. I have a refrigerator I keep it in, and I stock it with, the yogurts with the extra protein in it. And I have a little peanut butter granola in there to put into the yogurt. Sometimes I have an apple. Sometimes I'll, just random like snacks that are good are here. The 100-calorie bag of nuts. I like, I remember from the video that I watched that motivated me was John, and he counts his grapes, 10 grapes at 2:00. And I thought that was great. So I did that for a few weeks, and then I forgot to buy grapes, and that was it. But I always have some kind of like a healthy snack option available. So, that's definitely helpful, especially when I'm here for a long time. And I can make it home to eat dinner instead of like stopping somewhere in an emergency because I'm starving. So
very good. Well, success is a planned event. So, you have to kind of prepare for your day. If you're not prepared for your day is going to just run you over. And kind of like you said, schedule wise, you need to be, you gotta have as the best of a handle on it as you can in what you can control. I understand things always pop up in life, and and that's why we're so flexible at the gym with people booking in appointments and things like that, because we understand life's going to get in the way, and it's never going to be the perfect time to start or do this. But like you said, taking that time out for yourself a couple times a week. I mean, people I think people will forget this. Like, you lost 12 pounds in 12 weeks with a real severe knee issue, and you've only went to the gym an hour and a half a week. That's nothing.
Right.
It's like no time. That's a show on Netflix. If you skip the
Yeah.
show on Netflix, you know, you could better your health and make investments into your own piggy bank health-wise. So,
Yeah.
like I said, Patty, I'm very, 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 very proud of you. You are doing phenomenal. I love all the tips and tricks that you gave everybody today, nutrition-wise. That's amazing. And you keep up that good work on the days in a row. I can't wait to, we'll do another one when you hit like 300 days in a row, almost a year. All right. But one last final question. So what would be your best piece of advice for someone listening to this right now? What's an actionable thing that they can start doing right now to get results?
I think it's all the things together, but if you could just pick one thing to do to start and track your food, because I think the food was a really big deal for me, and being aware of what you're eating. It's kind of like a lesson plan at school. You know, you have a lesson plan, you go in, you teach, oh, there's a fire drill in the middle. Okay, or reverse, I'll do that again tomorrow. But you can be prepared still for eating. You grill up a bunch of chicken on a Sunday, get a couple of bags of salad, throw them in a Tupperware, bring it to work, you know, that type of stuff. I think that's really one of the biggest things that has helped me focus, because then when you go to the gym, then you're like, all right, yeah, I ate like really good fuel today. And so now I'm going to like try to lift a little bit more, try to do a little bit more. So that would be my piece of advice.
I'm glad you said that, because I made a post about that the other day. And, you know, because I was training someone the other day, and he had Chinese food. I'm not going to call him out on this because he'll laugh, because he told me not to call him out by name, but I almost will. But anyway, so he had Chinese food, just really bad meal. And listen, it happens to all of us, right? But he came into the gym and he just felt like complete crap. Like, I can't do this. I feel sluggish. I feel like throwing up. My stomach hurts. It's like, well, listen, you know, if you had a really like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, are you going to put the cheap gas in? No, because the car is not going to function the way it's supposed to. And for women, if you were going to a photo shoot, you wouldn't go to the Dollar Tree to go get your makeup for the photo shoot. You go to MAC, the most expensive makeup you could buy, because you're going to do this photo shoot. And it's the same thing with our bodies. You know, our bodies are a fine-tuned machine. If we treat it right and feed it the right things, you're going to get great things coming out the other end of it. And that's what we need to really realize, is that it's very important to take care of our health. And you've been doing that. So a round of applause for you, because that's amazing. So last question that we're going to end this on. Okay. And if anybody listening to this is ready to get started, all they have to do is go to freefitnesschat.com and they could book a call and talk to us, and we could help them get through their issues. But final question here. So if someone was on the fence about starting with us, said, I don't know, the price, this, that, and the other thing, what piece of advice would you tell them?
I would say that you need to prioritize yourself, you know? So if that is the price, or it's whatever is making you not do that, what are you going to do instead? You can't just keep going the way you are. Like, you can't just keep doing the same thing and think that, oh, I'll just like watch what I eat and that'll be fine. It's the whole thing all together. It's the working out, it's the food, it's the accountability sessions with you guys, the nutrition coaching, all those things really are pieces of the puzzle. And if anyone who, like me, you know, is coming back from not feeling so good, not being so healthy, you probably would want to do all the things for yourself. So maybe just try. You know, maybe just sign up, just try. That's what I did. I was like, I'm trying it for a year. That's it. If I don't see anything, I won't go back. But I knew when I walked in the door and I saw just a couple of people, just a nice, like, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I like. So you have to find something. You can't just keep saying, oh, that's too much. That's not for me. That's not this. I can't, because of my schedule. You have to do it, or else you're going to be kind of sorry that you didn't, when it's, you know, you're older and you can't walk and stuff like that. So I would say just do it.
Awesome advice. And you just did it, and you're doing every day, and you're doing to the best of your ability, which I love. So Patty, thank you so much for joining me on here today. Again, like I said, I am so proud of you. I said it so many times here, but I really am, because people like you are the reason why we are open, why we do what we do. And truly, from the bottom of my heart, people like you are the reasons why we get up out of bed every day. Because to see that smile on your face and make sure that you're doing things more, you're walking the dog now, like that's the real win. You know, the weight loss and, you know, the moving and the squatting, all that stuff is good. But like being able to do more in your life at 51, and this is just the beginning, very proud of you. So thank you so much for being on here with us today.
Thank you too.